Drugs sent across the country through the mail. WDRB is investigating a drug pipeline from California to Louisville, where agents say suspects were moving packages through the United States Postal Service.
Valerie Chin has been digging into this case as the feds crack down on Mexican drug cartels.
A large amount of drugs.
It's always tough to connect the dots.
And a lot of cash. WDRB Investigates sat down with IRS Criminal Investigation, including an undercover agent.
If you think about it, drugs come north and east and money goes south and west.
As we know that Mexican cartels are huge, and so part of what we do is to follow that money trying to make its way back to those organizations.
And following the money led federal investigators to Tayrid Johnson, a man from California. He was just sentenced to about 6 years in federal prison for meth trafficking and money laundering.
How big of a player was he in this organized crime?
Well, the subject in this case was a courier, where he was moving or helping to move narcotics one direction and money the other direction. So he had his connections here with local individuals, but then also had connections out on the West Coast where the drugs were originating from.
The case actually dates back to 2020. IRS Criminal Investigation, DEA, U.S. Postal Inspectors, and LMPD say they tracked a drug pipeline of meth, cocaine, and fentanyl from Los Angeles to Louisville. Pictures from surveillance video showed Johnson mailing a package through USPS that investigators say contained drugs. The IRS says fingerprints on the package proved it was him.
The forensics in this case allowed us to put criminal charges related to drug conspiracy and money laundering on Mr. Johnson, and also follow his activities to California and potentially across borders.
We also used image enhancement. We used audio and video enhancement, polygraph.
Johnson got busted when he was at the Louisville airport with more than $80,000 in cash hidden in these bed sheets in his checked luggage.
Without Mr. Johnson's efforts, drugs wouldn't have gotten into our community and the money wouldn't have gotten out. So he's really the direct link between Kentucky and in this case California.
The case is also tied to this Louisville man, Charles Commodore. DEA and the U.S. Postal Inspectors tracked a package with several pounds of meth that was delivered in Louisville. Police found fentanyl pills and all this cash at his Louisville house in 2021. The stacks of money were in boxes, drawers, and bags. And he's the same guy who was busted in 2017 when LMPD found him and another man with 50 pounds of marijuana in suitcases in East Louisville. The feds cracking down on the drug trade one person at a time, but there are challenges.
And what are some of the difficulties dealing with the cartels, though?
The highest individuals are all elsewhere. We can take local people off the street, we can take couriers, we can take individuals who are basically middlemen, but the highest levels of the organizations are not in the area, not even in the country.
With photojournalist Brian Manuel, Valerie Chin, WDRB News.